Hello there, my Gemini collective. I hope you're having a fantastic day. What is up with your energy, Geminis? What do you got going on? Oh, the Eight of Swords. Damn, Geminis. There is some definitely stuck, stagnant energy around you that you need to move through. Yeah, because there you are, Gemini, right down there at the bottom of the deck. I feel like you're kind of in that energy just as well, Geminis. So, damn Geminis. For some of you, this actually is an improvement for you. Especially when it comes to, be mindful of karmic relationships, Geminis. A lot of you are dealing with things where the sort of energy is still there. You haven't really addressed the problem. The elephant's still in the room. The elephant's still there when it comes to the relationship or partnership. So movement forward is definitely, it's not going to be what the fuck you think. Someone definitely feels like they missed an opportunity with you, Geminis, but I don't feel like you missed a fucking thing when it comes to this. That's what makes the difference. There's definitely too much weighted energy around you, for fuck's sake, Geminis. I feel like you're in good energy when you have this. So this is like a very interesting vibe with you, Geminis. It's sort of like a resistance training. Some of you need to look at it like that, Geminis. Seven of Pentacles there with the Nine of Cups. Someone definitely knows they missed out on a good opportunity with you. Especially those of you Geminis who put forth the time, energy, and effort to achieve your goals and dreams. This is intelligence too, Geminis. So, definitely the player vibes when it comes to you, Geminis. There's a lot of that sort of, you're making smarter choices. Those of you Geminis who, there's like more than one energy that's in this with you. So, whether you're just a Gemini who flirts a lot or a Gemini who sort of has a lot of connections, don't have to be romantic, but damn. This is that typical Gemini vibe, though, too. So, you're always going to pull focus back on yourself. So that's maybe more the negative side when it comes to you, Geminis. So take what's yours and leave what's not. You definitely lose interest in relationships and partnerships really fast, too. So, sweet Jesus, Geminis. Take what's yours and leave what's not here. So, sweet Jesus, Geminis. There's almost like a repeat energy. Repetition is good for learning. Repetition is good for like the physiology of things. This is a very sort of focused energy as well when it comes to you Geminis. Those of you Geminis establishing new habits and breaking old habits. This could be a rather interesting sort of vibe when it comes to you. Those of you, when it comes to your romantic sort of opportunities, look at that from a different perspective. I never feel this lack of an opportunity with you, Geminis, but for a lot of you, it's the sort of quality of relationship or partnership and sort of the expectations when it comes to it. Those of you Geminis, I know you get bored easy, so that could be something that you're sort of focusing on. It's a very complex vibe with you, Geminis. Yeah, that's the message here. It's a very complex vibe with you. King of Pentacles there with the Three of Pentacles. There's a lot of offers. There's a lot of opportunities. And Geminis, a lot of you aren't really interested in sort of settling down or focusing on just one. So this is you could be looking at different options. You could be weighing different options. You could be looking at what's the sort of best opportunity when it comes to you. Now, those of you Geminis that's really taking a look at your sort of interpersonal relationships or partnerships, this could be that change up that's sort of coming in for you as well. I know some of you Geminis has had the talk on marriage. So that could be a deciding factor for a lot of you when it comes to your relationships or partnerships. Six of Pentacles. There's the Hierophant energy. There's the Fool energy. And there's the Hangman energy. But you're not going into anything not knowing. You're not going into anything without really looking at this sort of balanced energy when it comes to you. Geminis, a lot of you aren't going to be overly emotional because you are kind of fickle. We'll say fickle to be polite, Gemini. Some of you just lose interest really fast. That's what makes the difference. Some of you with work opportunities, some of you when it comes to relationships or partnerships. You definitely need a sort of balanced approach. Geminis, you need someone that definitely keeps you sort of, not necessarily entertained, but someone who intellectually makes it far more interesting with you. Here's the King of Cups. There's the Strength card. There's the Seven of Cups. And there's the Seven of Swords. Your love language is definitely different. Your expectations and partners is definitely different. So, Geminis, a lot of you, this sort of moving in and out of relationships or partnerships, you haven't sort of found your perfect emotional match here. So, for a lot of you Geminis, if you're a Gemini, you kind of understand this. That those of you, it's not so much boredom, but you kind of need to have some sort of excitement there. There needs to be... it's not going to be overly romantic, and it's not going to be like overly sort of intellectual. You kind of need that interesting mix. So those of you Geminis who are figuring out what your love language is, what it is that you do need, and how that sort of works for you, really does make the difference. The thing with you, this is a seriousness when it comes to a relationship or partnership. So those of you that had the conversation, that is what would be rather surprising when it comes to you Geminis. Those of you that know what it is you do want and expect from a relationship or partnership. So moving forward with a lot of you, you're answering like the tough questions. So there isn't going to be like any sort of surprise energy when it comes to you. Not every Gemini is in this energy though. Some Geminis stay stuck in that Seven of Cups, Seven of Swords. Still trying to figure out what that sort of emotional connection means to them. It all comes down to doing your shadow work. So it's not that dramatic, Geminis. It's who's doing the work and who's not. Relationships or partnerships with you, Geminis, are definitely very different. That's the nature of the Gemini. It's keeping that sort of... I don't know, excitement so much as just knowing what your love language is. Understanding that Seven of Cups. What you expect when it comes to your relationships or partnerships. Some of you, the expectations from you when it comes to a relationship or partnership. It can seem messy, Geminis, if you're not doing the work. So this isn't every Gemini's vibe. Some Geminis always stay in that Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups. They're never going to be fulfilled because they don't quite know what it is that they want. And it's not really specific with Geminis. Geminis is the lover's energy. So this is really looking at what you do want. So those of you Geminis that can really answer what most people would consider a tough question, you're able to answer those questions. Because you know what it is that you want. You know what it is that you're looking for. You know what your expectations are. So you can have those conversations. Before you enter into a partnership, you're going to be asking the questions. You're going to be like, well, you know, this is kind of what my expectations are. This is what I'm interested in. This is what I'm looking for. It's going to help you choose better partners. So you're not going to be... I don't feel like you waste a lot of time, Geminis, but some of you finding the right relationship that works. So, you know, you date to kind of figure out, okay, is this the type of relationship or partnership? Some of you Geminis did it just sort of half-assed, and you realize that that's not what you want, that's not what you need. Some of you are actually taking the time to do the work to figure out what it is. So you're talking about it. You're looking at it. You're sort of expressing that. So you're able to make better decisions when it comes to your romantic relationships or partnerships, Geminis. Work, love, life. Take what's yours and leave what's not, Geminis. Once you sort of cross this hurdle, once you get this sort of clarity, an emotional sort of satisfaction, or at least knowing what it is you're looking for, a lot more of your other sort of areas of your life will make more sense. There's a seriousness when it comes to this, Geminis, and that is really what makes the difference with you. You're serious. whether you're in a relationship or not, you're definitely doing the inner work, which makes all the difference. So a lot of you pulling away from relationships or partnerships. Some of you, the karmic energy is just those undecided. Karmic energy is the Seven of Swords with the Seven of Cups. No one's happy. Everyone's just sort of doing their own thing. And is that going to work or not? So those of you that's doing the work, I hate all this focus on romance and love with you, Geminis, especially if that's really, you could be just doing the inner work and it not have to be an external relationship or partnership. With the Three of Pentacles, the Hierophant energy here, Gemini, some of you could be doing some sort of a religious type union when it comes to you, looking at your religion or looking at your philosophy. The vibe with you is as complex as you are, Geminis, or as simple as you want it to be, Geminis. Some of this is as much your sort of duality as it is anything else. Page of Swords with you could be you looking at your inner self and figuring out what it is you need. Hopefully you're doing the resolutions, Geminis. Hopefully you're getting the understanding that you need. So you're able to speak on all those sort of Seven of Cups. This is making decisions, Geminis. The beauty with you, Geminis, hopefully you're seeing it. It's as complex as you want it to be, or it can be as shallow as you want it to be, Geminis. That's kind of whatever journey you're on, whatever your expectations are. This is like work, love, life vibes with you. So everything sort of changes up. A lot of you Geminis, this just sort of happened. This is like something happened on the way to the forum. This is like a sort of opportunity that brought about a different opportunity, and then you had to look at everything. There's a balance that comes with this. It is an unexpected type vibe with you. So you could have met the right person, and then the opportunity was different. This is like you got to know what it is that you want in order to sort of find your happiness. But if you're not quite sure, then you're not quite sure. This can stay karmic or this can be a grown-up choice. Either way, if you can speak on what it is you want, what it is you're looking for, what your expectations are, and you're able to have those good, clear, concise communications when it comes to whatever relationship or partnership you have going on at the moment in your life, then you've done the work. You can answer the tough questions. Especially if you're dealing with religion. Some of you with philosophy. Those of you looking at what all that fucking even means to you. Especially those of you that are tired of kind of being shortchanged when it came to relationships or partnerships. Or really feeling like you missed out on relationships or partnerships. Because there was a sort of unsurety with you. Those of you Geminis that were kind of, half-assed getting into relationships or partnerships. Because you really didn't know what it was you were interested in. There's a grown-up energy to this. So it's a matter of how much you've grown. It's so beautifully complex, Geminis, and not all of you are going to be in that energy. You're definitely missed, Geminis, because a lot of you were definitely a fun opportunity. Some of you Geminis, you're kind of teetering on deciding what it is you are sort of looking at, what it is you are sort of interested in. And that keeps that sort of funness when it comes to you, but at the same time, there's a time when you have to make really important decisions. That it's time to make a smart choice, Geminis. So if you're pulling all this love energy, Gemini, some of you, if you're definitely looking at your love language, if you're looking at what your expectations are when it comes to relationships or partnerships, you're actually talking that out, you're actually working that out, then that makes the difference. The Ten of Pentacles, it's a win-win for you either way. Whether you're in a relationship or partnership, if you're doing the inner work, that brings about this sort of good vibe with you. When you can answer the tough questions as to what it is you're looking for when it comes to a relationship or partnership, you don't need someone else to decide that. This is what you decide you need. There's so much beauty and optimism with this, Geminis. That's what allows that sort of very interesting vibe to come in with you. This is happiness. This is joy. This is creative energy. This is once you kind of do the work, then damn. There are no sort of tough decisions to make. There's no tough decisions to make. Because you've sort of addressed what you've needed to address. Damn, look at you. But it does allow that sort of, you to gain control over your emotions and your feelings and what the hell that even means. So it's seriousness. You know if you're in that energy, if you can answer the important questions in regards to what you're looking for in a relationship or partnership. What sort of expectations you have for your partners. That sort of vice versa energy too. So that way it's a balanced sort of vibe. This is like your strengths and your weaknesses. So a lot of you Geminis are kind of doing a total renovation when it comes to yourself. But it's the work that no one really sees. It's the work that only you sort of understand. It's the clarity that comes in when you're actually allowing yourself to be vulnerable, Geminis. Oh, it's absolutely fucking beautiful. But there's a complexity to this. So I guess, Geminis, if you're not that complex, you're not really doing the inner work, that's not really what you're focused on, then that kind of makes the difference. Some of you Geminis, this sort of happens, for some of you by accident, and then you start looking at things, and then you start realizing things, and then it starts this whole journey of discovery and enlightenment for you. That really puts you in a good mood. So when you know what it is you really want in a relationship or partnership and how to sort of bring that balance in, not only will you choose better partners, but you will be a better partner in your next relationship or partnership. You're understanding that sort of give or take energy. And you're not going to be anybody's fool, Geminis, because some of you probably had a lot of relationships or partnerships where you were taken advantage of. Work, love, life vibes on this, Geminis. I don't know. I love this. It's so complex. Ultimately, it brings you happiness. So if someone is expecting this sort of happiness from you, you're going to be happy yourself first. So you're definitely making some very interesting choices. Some of you just understanding your love language, knowing what the hell it is that you want. Ooh, Geminis. Work, love, life, Geminis. Whatever sort of vibe you got going on. A lot of it, this is like serendipitous. You just sort of, you have the right conversation, something sort of attracts your attention, and then you start looking into it. This could be a religious, a spiritual journey for you, Geminis, that requires you to go inward. Those of you, if you're talking on your sort of thoughts and feelings, getting your emotions, diving deep into those sort of energies to get the clarity that you need. You're Two of Swords, so you're really kind of unfazed and unaffected by this. But I feel like there's almost like a ripple effect around you. Whether you realize this or not, Geminis, your effect might not even be noticed with you. Because let's face it, some of you Geminis, you're far more focused on yourself, which, you know. Oh, Geminis. It's a good birthday month for you. So hopefully you make your birthday wish count, Geminis. Take what's yours and leave what's not. Not every Gemini is in this energy. Some of you are going to stay stuck in Seven of Cups for a while with the Seven of Swords. For some of you are going to grow from the Seven of Cups to the Seven of Swords. It's whatever you're interested in. Whatever sort of made you stop and look at things from a different perspective. Damn Geminis. Take what's yours and leave what's not, Geminis. There's not much of this cross-watcher vibe because there really isn't a lot to see. A lot of you, this is that internal work that you do that only you notice. But it's definitely going to make you a better partner. It's going to make you choose better relationships and partnerships because you know what it is that you are looking for. And you're not going to stay stuck or stagnant. This is a new you, Geminis. But it's a new you that is really... The new and improved you, no one's going to realize it's the new and improved you, because this brings about better sort of opportunities with you. So your exes aren't going to benefit from this. But moving forward, because this is like good for you. This is all what's good for you, Geminis. So it's a very self-centered type energy. But it brings about better choices, better relationships, better partnerships. This brings about healing. This brings about closures and allowing new opportunities to come in. This is about finding that balance. Some of you, this could be your inner child healing. There's so much with you. The complexity with this, Geminis, it's all about you. It's not really something you're going to get in a reading because it's choices that you have to make. You could be going through something on a religious level. You could be doing something on a philosophical level. You could be tackling all the philosophical questions that you have and trying to sort of make sense or at least get closure when it comes to different things with you, Geminis. This makes you better once you're aware of that sort of emotional connection. Once you sort of do the inner work. It's the inner work. It's not pretty. It's not something that you really see. A lot of you, people aren't really going to notice that you've done this work until you get out there and you start dating and you start choosing better partners. You start choosing better relationships. You get better relationships because you choose better partners. You allow yourself more of an emotional connection that maybe you never allowed yourself before, Geminis. Especially those of you that got bored really quick because you didn't know what the hell it was that you wanted. The beautiful complexity of you, Geminis. Take what's yours and leave what's not. What's over this Knight of Cups to this Page of Cups? Oh, I hope you all get the chance to go through this. But this is like the unpretty. There's not a whole lot to it. It's all that inner work that you do that doesn't really get a lot of recognition. Those of you, your growth isn't going to be realized until you start dating again, until you choose better partners, until you have better relationships and partnerships that are far more of an emotional connection, which is really the most vulnerable when it comes to you, Geminis. Yeah, you keep pulling Ace of Cups, baby. You keep pulling Ace of Cups. It's going to be pop the champagne for your accomplishment. This is learning to love yourself, flaws and all, Geminis. This is learning to choose better relationships or partnerships, Geminis. This is you learning to sort of that give and take energy when it comes to relationships or partnerships with you, Geminis. That balance is so wanting to come in. Some of you Geminis are going to allow it, and some of you Geminis are going to stay in the energy that you're in and continually be unfulfilled. It's a choice. It's a choice. Take what's yours and leave what's not. There's no right or wrong here. It's what's important to you. Oh, Geminis. Ah, my lovely Geminis. 4 of Cups to the Page of Cups to the 9 of Pentacles to the Wheel of Fortune. To the 9 of Cups. Oh. This is like that journey of self-discovery, Geminis. You get that Ace of Cups when you do the work. Page of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune to the 9 of Cups. This is that discovery on your own. Loving yourself, giving to yourself, understanding yourself. Sort of getting reinvigorated for the opportunities out there. This is the Wise Owl energy. But it's more inward looking, Geminis. So you're not getting that sort of external refill when it comes to emotional connections. Which actually brings about better opportunities with you. Especially deeper emotional connections, Geminis. You know you're not that emotional of a person. Because there could be some voids that you need to fill. There could be there's some things you need to do. Maybe this is the inner work that isn't pretty and no one can see. You'll only realize that once you start dating and making better choices and partners. You pull such good energy, Geminis, so damn. This is kind of like, don't fuck this energy up by not really doing the work. There's a lot of temptation energy around you too, Geminis. But this is, take what's yours and leave what's not, right? You want better relationships, you definitely have to choose better partners. You want that emotional connection, you have to understand your emotional needs. Those of you learning that sort of balance energy. So when you choose the right partner, if that sort of energy isn't there from the get-go, that sort of nice sort of give and take isn't there, you're not going to waste any time, energy, or effort on it. Especially those of you serious about a real, true connection instead of just a lot of superficials. Ooh, Geminis. Take what's yours, leave what's not. It's absolutely beautiful. Hopefully you're in this energy. If not, eventually, someday you'll get there. Take what's yours and leave what's not. But this is so fucking beautiful, Geminis. This is getting serious. So this is no sort of slacking off energy as well. Good luck. God bless. Ring the bell, Geminis. Take what's yours, leave what's not. This is all about you, baby. This is all about you, which leads to you making better decisions when it comes to relationships and partnerships. Answering the tough questions. Peace, love, and light.